Hello everyone, so my dad back here again on our debt-free owner-operator series. I hope you're all well and enjoying the series so far. We are episode 52, I believe, on the back of this, off the back of a three-parter. Episode 51 was 3 parts. I've changed the number in order slightly, so I think in those videos I referred to them as 51, 52, 53, if I rightly remember. But I've changed it to, on the upload, to 51 part 1, 51 part, etc. So that's where we're at. I hope everyone's well. Hope you've had a good week so far, whatever you've been up to, and all of that good stuff. We are picking up sort of where we left off. So the job that we had took us down into Urique, which is a Mexican village at the bottom of a copper canyon. It was quite the trek down. It was 300 miles of dirt, windy road to get down there. Since I recorded that episode, the game has done an update or added something. I think it's because I did the Nebraska mission. It's added plushies and all the rewards and stuff, which reset the game a little bit. So it asked me where I wanted to sort of quick travel to. Cancelled the job I had lined up, which was at the bottom of Copper Canyon. I picked Urique and thought it was going to put me at the bottom of the canyon again, but it didn't. It's put me at the top here. And given that it was quite an ordeal, I figured you'd probably appreciate not having to see the rise up through the canyon. So without much further ado, we will get going here. We are going up to Cuauhtémoc with some bricks. So we'll get rolling. Yeah, I hope everyone's well. I hope you've had a good week, whatever you've been up to so far. Been not bad for me. Just the same.
In 400 meters. Turn right.
I think when this comes out, the school holidays will have started. So yeah, I think the long summer holidays for the kids will have started. And as I mentioned in the last episode, hopefully I've done enough that there's enough sort of ready episodes to keep them coming through the summer without much distraction, because when the kids are off school, I lose my recording time, so it gets a bit tricky to try and squeeze that back in. But I want to try and do it because I'm enjoying recording and the series is going really well. I'm enjoying the growth on the channel and the new people that are coming in, so to keep it going. On that news, we have hit 300 subscribers officially, which is awesome. We did it live on a stream a couple of weeks ago, which is really awesome to have hit that. It's felt like a long time coming. It's partly my fault. I think we would have got it there sooner, but I did have a few weeks off where sort of life and work and everything just got in the way. That's not ideal, but it is what it is. But yeah, the series is going really well. If you didn't see the last episode, I would recommend you go back and watch it, because it was quite the journey. At the very least, I would highly recommend going back and watching part 3, the descent down into Copper Canyon, because it was crazy to say the least. It's probably the craziest 300-mile stretch of road that I've ever driven on ATS or ETS. So yeah, I found out it is a real place.
Turn right.
Urique is, I don't know if I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but
Turn right.
It's a real place. Very, very small population of people. I think about 1,100 people. It takes 3 hours by car to descend down into Copper Canyon, where the sort of main village is. And there's also a public bus which takes 4 hours to get down there. quite a fascinating place for sure. Obviously I was expecting this episode to be the ascent up the canyon, which I sort of picked a job that was suitably light. I was a bit concerned about the drive up because of the underpower of this engine, and a lot of the loads were quite heavy, so I was a bit sort of like, oh god, I don't know if we're going to make it, or we're just going to end up bombing out, spinning on the gravel. But we are, as I say, we are doing well on the series. We are still determined to get the new engine. Currently have $32,793 in the bank. This job pays an additional $700 and something, so we should be over 33 by the end of this episode. And that is probably, I think that should cover us for the engine. So our plan with the engine is to get back to the States. So that's where we're going now, is we're only taking jobs that are heading north. There are a few jobs that were going south, and they were paying a bit better than this job, if I'm honest. But yeah, they were going south, and I really wanted to go north to get back to the States to get Jake to sort the engine out. So that's what we're currently planning. And I'm hoping in doing that we'll build ourselves a little bit of a buffer, that maybe we can get some other bits done at the same time. And maybe get the mirrors changed, or get the bumpers changed or something. So yeah, that's where we are currently. Elsewhere on the channel, I've been doing a couple of farm sim streams, which I've really been enjoying, getting back into farm sim again. I hadn't played it for 4 or 5 months. It was just a mix of things, really. Farm sim, I've always, well, since I started playing FS19, I've loved farm sim, and played a lot of hours on that. Same on Farm Sim 22, played a lot of hours on that, and then my time got a bit more limited in the home life, and I had to kind of streamline my process a little bit. So I essentially had to sacrifice Farm Sim. Didn't stop playing it because it fell out of enjoyment of it or anything. It was just a case of my time became more limited, and I had to make a decision on, do I, if I've only got X amount of nights per week that I've got the time to stream, or stream/record, do I, well, stream/record/play games that I enjoy? Do I sacrifice recording time or streaming time to be able to just play a game? And the answer was no. It's obviously wanting to keep the channel going and keep growth coming and meeting new people and stuff, and hopefully getting people on the VTC and all that kind of stuff. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me to just have to, unfortunately, cut Farm Sim out for a bit. However, that being said, I managed to change my schedule around a bit, so I've sort of got an extra day of streaming now. So I've got 3 nights that I'm available to stream every week. Generally speaking, there are occasions where stuff comes up and I've got to deal with that instead, but the majority of time I'm pretty set for that. And yeah, just had a bit of a hankering to play Farm Sim again with all the talk of Farm Sim 25. So yeah, I've been doing a couple of Farm Sim streams on Alma, Missouri map, which has been going well. Been enjoying that. So yeah, that's been good. I think just most recently we will have bought some cows, I think, by the time this comes out. The last stream I did at the time of recording this, we finished baling up took a big baling contract. And we finished that, and then we had to excuse me, we had a big sell-off of our equipment, so that's what was the last one that we did. But I'm hoping the next one we do will have bought some cows. Then in Truck Sim, there's not really a lot going on in a lot of respects. We're just waiting now on, I think Arkansas is the next DLC to come out. We're just waiting really on that announcement. But obviously SCS don't announce very far in advance date. It's usually a case of they'll announce it like the Thursday, Friday, say it's coming out next week. You know, they give sort of a week's notice or so. So yeah, it's hopefully we'll see something soon, because obviously we're 7 months into 2024 and we've only had one DLC so far for ATS. I'm hoping that, because I really hope, because last year seemed to be, I think we had 3 last year, which obviously there's still time, but I was hoping they maybe would put out like 4, maybe 5 this year. Obviously I don't know where they are, and I know it's a lot of work to get the DLCs ready and get the maps ready and all that stuff. But yeah, I was genuinely hoping that we'd maybe see more. There's obviously still time. There's still 5 months left of the year where they could pull it out, but I think it's unlikely. I think we'll probably see another 2 DLCs this year. In my opinion, based on what they did last year, I think we'll see another DLC relatively quickly. Or well, I say relatively quickly, but within, I think we'll have had the next DLC by the end of August. And I think the next one after that will probably be the run up to Christmas, which by the way is rapidly approaching. But we did, well, hopefully, by the time this comes out, I'll have sorted my ETS2 profile out and game out with the updated pro mods and everything, and we'll have got back on that series. That'll be good. I may have to slightly change that series a little bit because it's got some rules or guides or whatever in place. One of them being that all the trucks had to be made 1989 or before. However, a lot of the trucks that I tested and was planning on using along the way of the series are now no longer compatible with the game. They just crash every time I try and load them, so I'm not sure where we go with that, whether we just take that stipulation out and then just focus on the other stipulations or what, I don't know, but hopefully we'll get that back up and running.
Keep left.
Come on, buddy, you can go. We do also need to get repairs done to the truck and the trailer. I did check it out. When I loaded back into the game, obviously it fast traveled me to a dealer because of the game change. So I did hop in and check it out. And with the co-insurance, we're looking at about $1,800 to get the repairs to the truck and trailer that are necessary. Now, it's not causing us any headache at the moment. I think I mentioned it a few episodes back. I do use a SimHub dashboard template on a tablet. And that's always screaming at me that it's hot oil since I had the crash a couple of episodes back. So I think there is some slight damage to the engine, but as we are on the pursuit of getting a new engine at the moment, it's fine. So I'm not in a rush to do those repairs because I want to see how much it's going to cost once the engine is taken out, because the engine is the biggest part. So once we replace the engine with a new one, it might be a lot cheaper, so I don't want to pay for it now and then pay to get an engine anyway. So my assumption is once the engine has been placed at a dealer, that should take any damage away on the truck wear and tear scale. We'll have a look.
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right.
Alrighty. Just coming up through Bucoina. Yeah, we probably want to start thinking soon as well about paint jobs, because that'll be coming up at some point. It'll be time to get the paint done, I think. What I'll do is I'll get the new engine if we've got enough, and it's not going to leave us considerably short on sort of day-to-day running cost money. Then we'll get some other little bits done at the same time. But then after that, I think we'll probably get the chassis done, get that sort of sanded down, resprayed and repaired, and then after that, paint job time, and then it'll be finishing off like the interior and stuff like that for the complete restoration.
In 400 meters, turn right.
So yeah, if you've got any suggestions on colour schemes, or whether you'd like just a plain
right
colour scheme, or whether you want like a design, or whether you want anything like that, then let me know in the comments.
In 400 meters, turn left. Turn left.
Obviously the SD Logistics logo is going to stay, as will our DOT numbers and all that kind of stuff. That'll still stay. It'll all get put back on after the paint job's done. But if you've got any ideas of sort of paint job ideas or anything like that, then let me know. The other thing as well is getting the engine swapped. It's not going to be an in and out thing, so there's probably be an episode or 2 or 3 or whatever where we'll have to subcontract ourselves out for someone, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because obviously they cover all the fuel costs and everything. As you can see, the engine is much needed, because as soon as you've got sort of semi-heavy load, I think this is a load of bricks, and I think it's 34,000 pounds, I think, in weight. So it's not light by any stretch. It's not the heaviest load, but I think it's quite on the limit. So as we get onto hills and things like that, the truck just really slows down, and we're cruising along 15 or so under the speed limit, which obviously slows the length of the job down. So yeah, I'm really hoping that when we pumping the bigger engine, we should see a noticeable difference in performance up hills and ability to pull heavier loads. That being said, I don't think we could, even with the bigger engine, I don't think we could get away with pulling like the special transports jobs, the really big heavy stuff. I'd like to be able to do that. I don't necessarily enjoy those jobs that much because of the thing, but I think it'd be a good thing. Bring a couple of those jobs to the channel. as a, a little something different. But the main issue really that I have with those jobs is that the escort drivers that you get, they don't seem to do what you expect them to do, and if you misstep, then they tell you off and you have to restart the checkpoints and stuff. So it's yeah, I'll think about it though. I'll definitely think about maybe chucking a couple of those in somewhere. We are 59 miles out from delivery, so not long to go at all. Well, not I say, but yeah, this is exactly what I mean. You get a slight hill and it starts really scrubbing the speed off. Went from like 45 then down to 30 and a 50, so we're 20 miles under the speed limit. I go to the metal and we're still chugging along. Section, pick up some speed. Oh, buddy.
In 400 meters, turn right.
I do really enjoy the Reformer Mexico map mod. I do strongly recommend it. It is free.
Turn right.
Or rather, there's a free version of it, which is what I use. There's also a paid version if you're in a position to do so and you like the free version. You can sign up to the Patreon page. Off the top of my head, I don't know how much it is a month, a couple of quid or something, I'm not sure. But there's some extra parts of Reformer that you can add on then to make it bigger. I haven't done it yet because I've been enjoying the Reformer Mexico, albeit the terrain. Some of the terrain is difficult, but generally have been enjoying it. So I'll put a link in the description so that you can go and check that out if you want to add it to your own profiles. I did briefly contemplate adding it to the convoy profile with the fellas. I thought that'd be too much work to add that in. I am contemplating adding in ProMods Canada into the convoy just for an extra bit of land, but we'll see. Because we've been getting some new recruits. It's quite difficult sometimes to get the mods all sorted out properly. So I don't want to make it more difficult by adding extra things on. Plus I don't know how it would perform gameplay wise with the extra strain of hosting the convoy and stuff, so something to think about.
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right.
recall from the top of my head if we've been to this place before. I think we must have, because the roads are yellow. Or we must have at least been through this place. But we are closing in on the delivery spot. I can see the flag pin in my GPS window. Okay, just 7 miles to go. Well, I will say, guys, if you do enjoy the content that I make, and you aren't already, it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to the channel. It does genuinely mean the world. If not, that's absolutely no problem at all. But a like on the video would do a lot as well. So I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already.
Right.
You guys are awesome. 300 of you want to watch my videos, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Right, let's get around the back here for delivery.
You've arrived. It's been my honor and duty to see you through this mission.
We are backing in there. Just keep an eye out for the lines. It's the downside with having the parking bays, because sometimes it's hard to see the lines on the ground. Right, let me just stop there, get out, and I'll have a quick look. Well off, so we're going to pull up and we're going to reposition. I'm going to try harder to do the parking jobs from in cab. Let's try that. That looks better. I think this is going to do us. Yeah. Looking at neutral, handbrake, engine off. Let's get her unloaded. And that's going to do us on that one. So that was Urique to Kua Temok. 214 miles, 8 hours 41, 38 gallons of fuel consumed for $739. That's going to be the end of the episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Like I said earlier, if you don't mind hitting that like button and subscribe if you're not already. All the likes, comments, everything will genuinely mean the world to me. And until the next one, guys, you take care and have a good week.